Mastering large language models in the field of finance. Hey, today we will introduce how to use large language models, abbreviated as LLM, self-attention mechanism, and reinforcement learning based on human feedback, and how they relate to our professional application. In my opinion, 99% of users who use large predictive models in their profession are just scratching the surface and have not even used their most powerful features. To explore the application in the professional field, we need to first understand how the professional field works. The LLM model is like a literary master who can analyze a large amount of text and understand the relationship between words. In the early days, the model was like an elementary school student learning words, only able to predict the next word one by one. Later, Google Brain invented the self-attention mechanism in 2017, which allowed the model to assign different weights to different parts of the input data, greatly enhancing the ability of LLM. The GPT model uses a transformer architecture with an encoder and decoder. This allows it to discern the context and meaning of different parts of the sequence like a detective. GPT-3 also incorporates reinforcement learning based on human feedback, which enables it to better meet the user's intent and produce more accurate, useful, and safe responses. The evolution of ChatGPT can be divided into 3 steps. First, like hiring a tutor, we hired 40 contract workers to create a supervised training dataset. These people wrote appropriate responses based on actual user input, and then used this dataset to fine-tune the GPT-3 model and create the GPT 3.5 or SFT model. Second, we developed a reward model. With this model, we can evaluate the quality of responses based on the ranking of markers for SFT model outputs. Third, we conducted reinforcement learning. The model generates responses based on the strategy learned in the second step, which is the goal of machine learning to maximize rewards. These 3 steps can be repeated to make the model more powerful. By involving human feedback in the training process, ChatGPT has greatly improved its performance in terms of helpfulness, accuracy, and safety. Now that we understand the above principles, let's discuss the next interesting topic: how to fully tap into the potential of this magical tool and what abilities are needed to harness its maximum energy. First, imagine that ChatGPT is like a super-intelligent amplifier that can amplify our knowledge and abilities, making us smarter and more powerful. However, to fully unleash the potential of this amplifier, we need to have the following 6 core abilities: scientific thinking ability, fast learning ability, deep professional knowledge, professional database support, higher English proficiency, and critical thinking ability. Without these abilities, the chatbot may just be a dumb amplifier for us. Now, let's take a look at the relationship between these 6 core abilities and mastering LLM. Firstly, let's talk about scientific thinking ability. LLM's training process involves a lot of data processing, pattern recognition, and probabilistic reasoning, which are closely related to logical reasoning and analysis in scientific thinking. Users with scientific thinking ability can more effectively utilize its functions. Just GPT-3 alone has 175 billion logic parameters, while the human brain has only between 86 billion and 100 billion neurons. Human neurons, through mutual connections and information transmission, form complex neural networks that enable us to think, perceive, and act. GPT-3's 175 billion parameters are based on the weights of its neural network, and while it performs well on certain specific tasks, it cannot match human cognition, understanding, and creativity in many respects. People with scientific thinking ability have a great advantage when using LLM. Imagine teaching the language model to speak. You need to understand its language rules. Next is the ability to learn quickly. If you have the ability to learn quickly, you can quickly learn how to communicate effectively with LLM and improve efficiency in the process of interacting with LLM. Some people can troubleshoot their computer software themselves, even if they have limited computer knowledge, while others must rely on professionals. This difference is due to differences in learning ability. LLM updates and upgrades are a new field, with rapid changes and a variety of functions. The competition between people is the ability to learn quickly how to control it. If you have this ability, you can easily outperform other users in terms of efficiency. Then, let's talk about in-depth professional knowledge. Imagine if you are a strategic expert applying LLM, you need to know all the frameworks, methodologies, and tools of each strategic planning and management. With deep professional knowledge, you can better identify the knowledge and information of GPT in specific fields, use your professional knowledge to evaluate and verify the answers given by LLM, and ensure the accuracy of the information obtained. At this point, you have a bunch of assistants graduated from prestigious universities at your command. After all, bringing deep knowledge requires a profound understanding of the hierarchical relationship, logical relationship, and keywords of knowledge. Without deep professional knowledge, it is impossible to understand the output of LLM or judge whether its answer is correct. This is a significant risk in the professional field. Next is professional database support. Having rich professional database support is like installing a super knowledge base in your brain. Users can dig into the knowledge and information in the database for fine-tuning LLM. Based on the principle of the LLM focus model, this will make LLM's answers more accurate, specific, and in-depth in providing professional solutions. To bring out the knowledge hidden in 175 trillion logic, it requires systematic classification of professional database support, and accurate professional data cleaning. Let's talk about higher English proficiency next. Although large language models can understand multiple languages, many resources and literature that LLM ingests are mainly in English. 85% of valuable professional information on the internet is presented in English. Although all texts will be converted into English logical relationships, there are some differences in meaning between Chinese and English under different contexts. Users with higher English proficiency can better request information from chatbots. Finally, let's look at critical thinking skills. Although large language models are very intelligent, they are not omnipotent. Its knowledge and suggestions are based on the analysis of a large amount of data and text, which may contain errors and biases. Users with critical thinking skills can maintain independent thinking when obtaining information provided by large language models, avoid blind acceptance, and prevent being misled. It's like installing a firewall in your brain, allowing you to question and judge the answers given by large language models, ensuring that the information obtained is accurate and reliable. Critical thinking skills are not innate and are closely related to the humanistic environment, educational background, and family environment we live in. People with critical thinking skills are more likely to avoid being misled by erroneous information. Alright, now that we have understood these 6 core abilities, we need to strengthen them and apply them to fully unleash the potential of large language models. That concludes today's sharing. If you enjoyed this topic, don't forget to like, comment, and share with Dennis Huang. All of my interpretations are based on personal experience. See you next time.